What's going on, everybody? This is Brian from SneakerFiles.com, recapping the news. Missed a few days this week, and I apologize for that. We will get back on track here, talk about some of the stuff that leaked over these past few days, and coming soon, I will have an announcement on some things, so be on the lookout for that. Now, before I give you a quick rundown what's in this video, if you have a second, like always, greatly appreciate a thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to hit the red button below. Now, in this video, all we have is Nike and Jordan brand. One of the highlights would be another gold toe Air Jordan 1 releasing later this year. But don't worry, if you're not a fan of the Air Jordan 1, there is a ton of other stuff from Jordan brand in this video as well as Nike. And without wasting too much more of your time, let's jump into the news. Months back, we got a first look at the Nike Shox R4, the OG colorway in black and silver, and now for 2019 the shoe is returning and we have a release date. But before we jump to that, as you can see, this pair features silver across the base, and then we have black leather on the overlays, and then a bit of red, and that's placed within the shock unit. Now for the release details, they drop on February 1st. Retail price will be $140. In the last video, we got a look at the Nike Air Max 720 High. It turns out the official name is the Nike Air Max 720 Saturn. This particular colorway will be an all-star weekend release, and just like I speculated before, the theme is racing, and that's due to all-star weekend taking place in Charlotte and inspired by the city's motor speedway. This pair comes dressed in a black, dynamic yellow, and university red color combination, featuring black leather across the upper, and then we have yellow accents throughout. In addition, we have zippers by the heel, as well as an extended collar, and then racing branding lands on the heel, and then Air 720 on the panels with a racing stripe. Unfortunately, we don't have a retail price, but they will release on February 12th. Not only do we have a first full look at the emotionally unavailable Nike Air Force 1 High, we have release details. As you can see, red is plastered throughout the upper. They also feature a zipper which runs down the tongue, as well as some interweaving on the eyelets. We have cell which lands on the ankle strap as well as the midsole, and then a felt pink-like material that fills in the Nike swoosh. As far as availability goes, I'm not too sure if these are limited or whatnot, but if I had to guess, they probably are. But they drop on February 8th and retail price is $160. As most of you know, Nike basketball looks for unusual ways to tie back to an athlete when it comes to a signature shoe release. Something I didn't know, but Kyrie Irving's favorite TV show is Friends. And just like in Nike's form, it looks like they're going to release a Nike Kyrie 5 being called Friends. Now, the base of the shoe comes in black, and then we have accents of red, orange, and blue. That ties into the Friends logo. And speaking of that, just below the Nike swoosh towards the heel, we actually have the Friends logo. That lands on the left shoe, and then on the right shoe, we have Kyrie, which is done in the same style. The last detail is the insole, which reads Friends, the television series, and a Nike swoosh. And currently, we don't know if these are going to release or if they're an exclusive. If additional information becomes available on the Kyrie 5 Friends, definitely will make sure to update you. Information became available months back that Nike Sportswear would release once again the Nike Air Max Tailwind 4. While it's possible to think that a collaboration would happen on this model, I wouldn't think it would be with Supreme, but hey, that is the case here. And honestly, I'm a big fan of the shoe, but we'll break it down. I'll get into more details in a second. As you can see, they feature black throughout, and then we have blue, which outlines the Nike swoosh, fills in the Nike swoosh on the toe, and then hinted around the collar. They also have reflective 3M accents and Supreme branding on the tongue. Now, usually how Supreme does things when they do a collaboration, there's more than one colorway coming, so again, that's a possibility for the Nike Air Max Tailwind 4, but we don't know as of yet. The release is speculated to take place sometime during spring or summer 2019. Nike officially unveiled the Nike OnAir winning designs. Created by 6 designers around the world that represents different cities, which are the following: New York, London, Paris, Seoul, Tokyo, and Shanghai. Now, each shoe is designed by a different person and represents a different city. Now, I'm going to list each model, the name of that model, But if you want to do further reading on the designer and a little bit of background, you can head over to SneakerFiles.com. That is going to be pretty descriptive. But we have the Nike Air Max 98 La Mezcla, and I apologize, I'm not sure if I pronounced that right. Following, we have the Nike Air Max 97 Neon Soul, and this is probably my favorite from the collection. Next, we have the Nike Air Max 97 London Summer of Love. Following, we have the Nike Air Max 1 Tokyo Maze. And then we have the Nike Air Vapor Max Plus Paris Works in Progress. Last but not least is the Nike Air Max 97 SH Kaleidoscope. Now, a specific release date for the collection or each one individually is unknown, but they are said to launch sometime in April. Some of you may have noticed that Jordan Brand is releasing more Air Jordan 1 mids. Here we have a look at an upcoming release. This is known as the Fly Edition, and that's due to it reading Fly across the panels. Now, there is various shades of blue throughout, and they also have a mismatch theme. Other details includes a transparent Nike swoosh across the panels, and then we have some yellow on the wings branding and other small detailing, white on the midsole, and a light blue outsole. No release information at this time. They should become available soon, and the retail price is $110. Since I showcased the Fly Air Jordan 1 mid, I had to showcase the Air Jordan 1 Mid Lakers. Coming in a true Lakers theme, this pair features leather cell across the base, while yellow tumbled leather runs across the overlays. We also have a bit of black that lands on the Nike swoosh within the wings logo and branding on the tongue. Last but not least, in tying everything together, is purple that hits the laces as well as the insoles. Again, no release date for this pair, but since we do have official images, a release could take place soon, and once they are available, the retail price will be $120. After showcasing the Air Jordan 11 Golf Concord in one of last week's videos, we now have release information. So, they're going to drop on February 15th, and retail price is $200. February is already packed with releases, and I'm pretty sure on that day we have at least 2 to 3. I believe one day after we have the Air Jordan 6 Black and Infrared, but in that course of 2 to 3 days, there's just a bunch of releases, so just add another one to the calendar. Official Images has leaked of the Travis Scott Air Jordan 33, and some of you may remember that there was a release date change. I'll go over that in a second, but the shoes come dressed in an army olive, cell, black, and L brown color combination. Olive covers the uppers, while black and brown accents land by the heel and across the heel. Following, we have minimal volt detailing, cell across the midsole and outsole, while Travis Scott's Cactus Jack branding lands on the tongue. So a pretty simple and straightforward release. I do believe these will be on the limited side. And as a recap of the release information, they drop on February 14th. Retail price will be $200. Yesterday, a few player exclusives for UNC had leaked, and thanks to Brandon Huffman, we now have a look at the Air Jordan 9 Boot PE. Looking closer at the shoe, they feature a mixture of what looks to be olive and even an anthracite across the upper. Keeping the boot theme alive, we have metal eyelets as well as a rugged tread on the outsole. Now, accenting the shoe, we have Carolina blue that hints the tongue, the outsole, and the heel. And speaking of the heel, they have the Tar Heels logo on it. They also come with the second set of laces, and that also is done in blue. Like I mentioned, this is a player exclusive for UNC, so more than likely we won't see a release happen. But let me know in the comment section if you think Jordan Brand should drop this pair. Now, when I saw the second UNC PE that leaked yesterday, I actually got really excited. Huge fan of this pair, and I wish they would release, but we'll get to that in a second. This is obviously the Air Jordan 4, and on the left we have the Air Jordan 3, but we've seen that pair before. Now, as you can see, they feature powder blue across the upper, and on the winged eyelets, that has somewhat of a translucent hue to it and speckled detailing across it. A little bit of white that hints a part of the midsole by the heel. Due to this angle, we only have one image. It appears that the Tar Heels logo lands on the tongue. Now, finishing this pair off is a translucent outsole. Again, this is another player exclusive for UNC, so a release is unlikely to happen. Now, you guys already know, I wish and hope Jordan Brand would release this shoe in the future, or even a shoe just like this. It doesn't have to be a PE, but anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Most people already knew that Jordan Brand was releasing the Air Jordan 11 Low Snakeskin in light bone. There was a mock-up which looks totally different from the actual release, which we now have a first look at. This pair comes dressed in light bone university red, cell, and black. So with the university red, I'm not sure why, but the Photoshop featured red across the mudguard where the snakeskin texture is. Obviously, that's not the case. I like the look of this a lot more than the Photoshop, which is usually the other way around. But as you can see, we have snakeskin across the mudguard that features shades of cell and light bone. Up top, we have more light bone, and that's done in a smooth leather, and it also hits the tongue. Then we have black on the liner, a little bit on the tongue, which is joined with university red. The look is then completed with a milky translucent outsole. This pair somewhat resembles the exclusive that Drake had months back, and also in a previous news video we talked about that shoe that it was rumored to release this year, as well as the pink snakeskin pair. The rumor, I guess, is less than half true. It appears that they're kind of releasing, but as a low, I'm sure more people would appreciate the mids releasing. So as for the release information for now, they're set to drop on June 1st. Anything can happen. The date could be pushed forward or back, and the retail price is $185. We have new images of the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Gym Red. Prior to this, we had a couple images, but the shoe was actually deconstructed. It seems like more people are actually upset about the release of the shoe rather than being happy about it. The reasoning behind it is that the shoe resembles a lot of the not for resale Air Jordan 1 and also the Sports Illustrated if you remove the green stitching across the Nike swoosh. I kind of see where they're coming from. To me, it's not a bad looking shoe, but if you do have the not for resale, I don't see a reason to buy these unless you don't want to mess that pair up. But either way, they come dressed in a black, white, cell, and gym red color combination. Black lands on the overlays as well as around the heel. Then we have red, which covers the Nike swoosh on the collar and the branding on the tongue. Cell lands on the midsole, which gives them a vintage look. And then we have black on the outsole. So release information, they are dropping on June 29th for now. Like always, since it's so far in advance, dates could be pushed forward or back. Retail price is $160. Really quick, I wanted to revisit the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Blue Chill, aka UNC patent leather. Now, as most of you know, this is a women's release, and they're going to release from sizes 5 to 12. Now, there is 2 release dates. The first release date will take place on February 2nd, and that will be globally. Next, a release will take place in North America on February 14th. So if you're not going to buy at resale, there is a chance that you can buy at retail early if you're in North America. We now have official images of the Air Jordan 9 UNC in men's sizes. Prior to this, when we got a first look, it was in grade school sizing. For those that don't know, this is a release to celebrate All-Star Weekend that takes place in Charlotte. Just like the 2002 Blue Pearl Air Jordan 9 Low release, this pair is pretty much spot on, except it's a mid or high, whatever you want to call them. Featuring white leather across the upper, midnight navy lands across the patent leather overlay, midsole, eyelets around the collar and liner. Last but not least, we do have university blue accents that hits the Jumpman as well as the other branding throughout. Dropping on February 9th, retail price will be $190. News has leaked that there's going to be another Air Jordan 1 gold toe releasing. Now, this will be a women's release. I know some of you may be bummed out about that, but sizes available should be between 5 and 12. So if you wear a 10.5 and below in men's sizing, I believe you should be good. Now, for those that wear an 11 and up, I do apologize for that. Now, we don't know what they're going to look like. There was a mock-up, but again, a mock-up doesn't mean that's how it's going to actually look. The color combination is black, metallic gold, and white, so pretty straightforward. Now, if they do look like this mock-up, I wouldn't be mad at it. Obviously, the original gold toe Air Jordan 1 is a lot better, at least to me, but this is still a very clean look. Now, currently, a set release date is unknown. They will release sometime during this summer, and retail price will be $160. And that recaps the news. Like always, we post it first on SneakerFiles.com, and then we take it to YouTube. I appreciate everybody for watching this video, and like always, leave a comment below. Let me know from this video what you liked, what you disliked. Now, if you haven't done so already, greatly appreciate a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to hit the red button below. Again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned to SneakerFiles.com, and if you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe.